Hey there, welcome back to the channel. If you've been paying attention, you know I was working on my daily driver, had to get some work done on that before I could get back to the fun stuff. So getting a chance to get back to the fuel tank for the Willys. In between the last video and now, I did take a wire wheel to the whole thing, got it all stripped down, cleaned up, found several pinholes. So I got some JB Weld putty and puttied up the pinholes, let that dry for a few days, sanded it, and today me and my boy Jeremy, we're gonna get to getting the crap, I already forgot the name of that stuff. What's that stuff called?
Red Coat. Damon.
Product is by Damon. Red Coat Fuel Tank Sealer. So we're gonna get that in here, slosh it all around, get it good and coated, and then I think we're gonna give it some time to dry before eventually we're gonna do a second coat. So I think hopefully 2 coats will make it a nice rubberized or plastic type of fuel tank inside. So the metal will pretty much just be structural, and all that sealant inside will create its own inner tank, almost like putting an inner tube in there. So we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get that poured in here, get it sloshed around, and keep moving.
These are nice.
I
Thicker.
think these like 7 mil or 7 or 9. So we get them from Harbor Freight.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I always get the other ones. So.
Good old Harbor Freight.
Beautiful
Ooh,
stuff.
candy apple red, man.
Dang. All right. Don't even have to.
In she goes. Probably shouldn't be sniffing this stuff. I actually posed the question about the pinholes, do I solder or weld? I've never fixed a gas can before, so there was a lot of comments on that. I appreciate it. There was some that said solder, some said weld, but most of them said welding it would be hard because thin, you'll blow the holes out, you'll be chasing the holes. Some was it copper or brass? I think brass. People commented about brass. I've never done any brass work, but it sounds like that's a good alternative. So soldering them, using brass, or copper, which I think it was brass, or welding them, those are all sound like good alternatives if you're good at it.
Yep.
I am not a good welder. I always joke. One of my buddies, Brian at the Jeep Armory in Cedar, he said there's welders and there's grinders, and I've always said I'm a grinder because my welding looks like crap. I'm not a good welder. I don't do it enough to get good at it. So I didn't really want to try welding this because I didn't want to be blowing holes in it, trying to chase it and fix it and ultimately destroying it. I don't mind soldering, I just don't know. It's a lot of displacement, and honestly, I probably need a new soldering iron because mine doesn't heat up the way it used to.
I got a really good one for when we need to do this. I got actually a precision heat tip gun, like blows hot
Oh,
air,
yeah.
you can solder with.
Oh, sweet.
So it'll even really finesse.
I wasn't sure if I was going to use the soldering iron or just the small can blowtorch to just melt solder around the hole.
A whole station. You'll love it.
Awesome.
Get it right to the right temp.
What we're talking about is in the bottom, this pickup goes in, and at one point it was tacked against the wall, I believe, right here. So basically it comes up to pretty much the bottom of the tank there, and it's you put it in a hole like this, but much smaller, of course, in the bottom. You feed it in, and then it comes down flush, and it's soldered around just, to hold it there and not leak. So that's what we're talking about, is once this is coated and sealed and everything, we're ready. We got to solder this back into the tank.
All right. Let's pour it out through off the excess.
Okay.
We're only mating with the gas cap in a few spots.
All right, so we're gonna pour out the excess back into the can there. I can do the tank if you want to hold the, or maybe it's a big can. You can probably pour it right in there, but. So we're pouring the excess out, back into its own original can, and then we're gonna let this dry. And the next time we're out here, it'll be dry by then, and we'll do this again with what's left. Try to get a good second coat. It's probably not a good camera angle right now, but I can't adjust it, so you just have to trust us.
I do have it if you want to let go.
I'm just gonna turn a little bit. All right. So we'll wipe that spout out a little bit so it doesn't get too gummed up there, but get as much of this as back out into the can as we can here. And after we get these 2 coats and let it dry, which will take a little while, so this won't be a big rush. Probably move on to some other things on the Jeep, but I want to get us all good and sealed up inside, and then I'm gonna get back to probably run the wire wheel over the outside of the tank again, and then spray it so it's got a nice primer paint, spray paint coating, and just try to protect the outside a little bit too.
But the good part is the cap doesn't interface with the underside. It's all the slots in the face. We could throw the cap in too and just check it.
Right now, ooh, that smells getting stronger, isn't it?
It smells good. Old school. Probably acetone.
Is it flammable?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Highly flammable, and we got the wood stove. We'll stoke that up in a bit, see if we can't blow these fumes up. Arms get tired?
Hurry up and wait.
Right?
Alright, throw it towards me a little bit.
Looked like candy apple red inside that can, but looking in the funnel, it looks more like blood.
Oh yeah, it does. Doing pretty good. I would say that's good. You think?
All right.
Look at, you got a half a can left yet.
Ah, sweet. That's good. Yeah, look how pretty red that is in there.
That's just a nice color. Looks like candy syrup.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Make some rock candy out of this stuff and give it to people you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Check out
That's
care for.
cinnamon rock candy before you pour it in.